our author Disha Sangwan is a multitasker and as well as author. So our audience would like to know who is Disha Sangwani as a real, in a real person.
Okay, so, I have always told this previously, and I always will say that I am just like any one of you. All of us have certain talents and certain skills and certain dreams. So when you start working towards your dreams, towards your passion, and do not let situation rule over you, is when you become, one of those people that people look up to. And that's who I am. So I have always been a person who had big dreams, and I still have big dreams, and all of us should have, because if you don't have dreams, then I don't know, what do you do in life? Yeah. So you could have anything, like from the age of 6, I have always had creative thoughts, imaginations, which I would put it down in a piece of paper. My father would encourage me. I was never told that, your spellings have to be correct. You have to do this, you have to do that. I was just led to do it. But I'm sure you will agree, as we all start growing up, there's a society and there are rules created. You have to complete your education. You have to get into a job. You have to have, family life and whatnot.
The human cycle you have to complete.
Yes, we all have to go through it, right? So I was not an exception. Yes, I completed my education, always thankful to my parents, because I always had an option of studying what I wanted to study. I was never forced to do things, But when I started working and when I started leaving and started getting, merged in the society and the society created rules, I had forgotten that writing gave me happiness. My imaginations, I did not really put down on papers, and it was just my imagination. But when you hit the rock bottom, a lot of them choose different paths. A few walk onto a path which might not be right according to the society, and some of them choose to do things and strive big. So for me, I chose the second one, where I decided that what's my identity end of the day? Who am I? Am I just one person who is born in this universe, who studies, completes a job, gets married, has a family, and then dies one day? That's not me. I want to be one of those people, even when I'm not going to be there, people would remember me, or people should remember me. And what is that? So I started writing. I started basically blogging for my own happiness.
Okay.
And I can, very well tell you that on my fingertips, I had just 6 people who would read my blogs, and they were just my friends. I had no one. Because I didn't know how to create blogs. You can imagine, like 7-8 years back, things are not exactly the way that things are today, right? Yeah. So I just started doing it, and as I started doing, people started feeling good. I started feeling happy that I'm able to inspire people, I'm able to do things. Created my Facebook page, on social media, and that's how the journey began. A lot of them started telling, why don't you write a book? Not a single thought came where I felt that I shouldn't write a book, However, I never had any guidance how I'm supposed to write a book, how am I supposed to get published a book, how am I supposed to move ahead with it. I just did it with the flow. We have something called Google. Yeah. I Googled, I worked, searched, and that's how I went ahead. And yes, after I wrote, I never expected things would happen. But I was all over newspapers and magazines, and I was giving interviews, and I just felt that, is this real? Is this even real? So yeah, it was real. So if I can do it, I'm sure anyone can do, what they are passionate about. There is nothing like you need a big mentor. There is nothing like, you need certain things only in your life to lead a life. You're talented, your skills. You should know how to move ahead in that direction and not give up.
Okay.
Not giving up is the key. You can do anything, but don't give up. That's important. So that's who I am. And that's how I created my whole path of being an author and being on the bestsellers list.
Okay.
So that's my journey of who I am. And yes, apart from writing books, I also, inspire people and coach people through, like I'm an empowerment influencer coach. a motivational speaker. So pre-COVID, I used to travel across country to different colleges, schools, events for my talks and a lot of other things. But yeah, now we do it more virtually across. I still address students, but it's through a virtual altogether. And having said that, I'm a full-time corporate person. Okay. Yeah, and I still work for a corporate firm.
It is amazing. You are such an inspiration to us, a multitasker person. So I hope our audience would know who is Disha Sanghani as a multitasker person, as a great author. So thank you so much, ma'am. We are so honored to have you on board today.
Thank you.
Let's start with our interview. My first question to you. When did you start your journey as a writer? Who inspired you to become an author?
Started approximately as a writer from my childhood, like I already mentioned. But as an author, officially, the world of author is full of praises and also need to be prepared of criticism, Because understand one thing, not everyone can connect with your stories. And if people do not connect with your stories, it doesn't mean you don't write good. So I started my journey, approximately 6-7 years back. And that's how I started. Who inspired me? Like I said, when I went through a tough phase, I started writing. But I started, doing it on a forum which can be read by others. And slowly and steadily, I realized that why not reach, lakhs of people, thousands of people whose life might change by reading. That, okay, if she can face and come out of it, I can also do it. So yeah, that's how it all started.
Wow. Inspiration. Such an inspiration. Okay, so my second question to you. Clichés romantic novels change our perspective towards a realistic relationship. And we all expect a happy ending. Okay, so but it doesn't happen at all. The happy ending we have. So what is your views?
My latest book, The Diary of My Love, talks about real relationship and real life.
Okay.
So not everything has a happy ending and not everything can, just be like based out on, happy endings. You have to face reality. You have to understand one thing. Relationships are completely based on two people who respect each other, who treat each other equal and support each other. Irrespective of what age group you are, what books you read, which field you work, it doesn't matter. Yes, I agree. When we write books, we try to create an environment that our readers believe in. And that's how they look up to. But if you actually read my book, The Diary of My Love, that is very close to real life.
Okay.
That, it is you as a person who decides whether I want to be in a toxic relationship or I want to step out of toxic relationship. Do I want to follow my passion? Do I want to live my dreams? What do I want to do in my real life? So for me, I try to present relationship or anything in my books as close to real, because I believe I want to inspire people irrespective of you write fictional or non-fictional books. You have to show people a little reality, because what happens when you are in a complete dreamland, but when you step into a relationship, you're going to be, hey, but I read like this in a book. But my life is a mess. How on earth is it even possible? Right? So always believe books are amazing. When books are written, right? Somewhere, certain incidents would have happened with some characters. You never know which characters, right?
Yeah.
Because it's all about those things. So there is always a belief. There is always a love. There's always a belief. But remember this, and to everyone, who are going to be listening to this, a relationship is completely based out on respecting each other, giving space to each other, treat each other and each other's life in a real, good, respectable manner. And this is how it works. So this is how I look at things, and this is what I put in my books, as close to this.
So I have one question. So your book, The Diary of My Love, is it based on realistic event or is just your imagination?
They are all close to real life. Yes, they're all close to real life. It's just that, certain incidents we come across, it does have certain things that are real, which are there in it. And that's only when you can write certain real things which are put across in a book.
So what kind of genre do you read most of the time? And who is your favorite author?
I read all kind of genres. I read fiction and non-fiction. But my favorite author, even today, I would say, is Robin Sharma. His books are amazing. They have inspired me. They have changed my life, the way I look at things. So yeah, he's my favorite. And I read all kind of genre because there are reasons. As a reader, let me talk as a reader, not as an author alone. So if as a reader, if I pick different genre, you're actually going to have a different perspective towards life, towards a situation. And remember, not always you can stick to fiction. Sometimes you need help. Sometimes you need guidance, right? And that's when you walk to a self-help book or say, something that inspires you, right? So it's a mix of everything. Maybe I love reading autobiographies. So I pick up those kind of books also. Yeah, so I read both fiction and non-fiction. I have written both fiction and non-fiction books so far. Yeah.
Okay, so have you read all books of Robin Sharma?
Yes, I have, and I'm waiting. His latest book is going to come out exactly the same time as when my book comes out.
Okay, congratulations. I hope your book will going to be, bestseller.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so my next question, the Diary of My Love. How much time did you spend writing this book?
I spent 3 weeks to write this book.
Just 3 weeks?
Yes, and that too, I typed it just with my hand because I had a shoulder injury, so I had a surgery. And I was bed rested, and that's when I typed the entire first draft in 3 weeks. Actually, it's less than 3 weeks, yeah.
So how many pages are there in book?
That you need to read?
I will definitely read because I'm curious, you just...
Because, see, when we write the first draft had close to 1 lakh words. And that I have typed just with my thumb and one of my finger, that's it. Because I had a shoulder injury, so I was not supposed to move my hand. I was bed rested, so I have done everything on my bed. I've written the entire thing in my bed.
Oh, it's such an inspirational thing,
Thank you.
I'm just amazed. Wow, 3 weeks. Amazing. So my next question to you. Pandemic has brought changes in everyone's life. How does it influence you as a writer? Does it affect you in a different way, or you are happy that I have a lot of time to read and write? So how was it experienced?
Very honestly speaking, in terms of my writing, in terms of my work, nothing has changed.
Okay.
While we are still under the entire pandemic thing, my second book, post-pandemic is coming out. Actually, in real, 7th book is coming out, but last year, because of pandemic, book did come out, and again this year it's going to come out. It has not made any difference because I am a very disciplined person. I've always believed in self-discipline.
Okay.
I have certain time that I dedicate, to my family, to my parents. And I have certain time that I spend for myself, for writing, for reading. So as a person, if you ask me, it has genuinely not brought any big difference because I did write and I did read before as well. There has been no change in my schedule. I still wake up in the morning early. I still do my yoga regularly. I still do my office work during the same hour. I still do everything the same. The only difference is that we don't get so much chance to step out or go to office and work, but otherwise nothing.
Nothing has changed.
Absolutely no.
Okay.
Absolutely no.
Okay. So here, my last question to you. Okay. So is a self-published route really a respectable way for a first-time author to go? What do you think about it?
The answer is that it depends on an individual. I have done both of it. I have gone through a self-published, and I have also gone through traditional published. Okay. So my books are traditionally published, but I have also walked the path of, being in self-published. It's a choice one makes, because I have genuinely learned in the last few years that writing is just 30% of the task. The remaining 70% is your marketing, your promotion, your networking, and how you are going to pitch your book to the world. Okay. Irrespective of you are traditionally published, self-published. Okay. You need to always remember this. In a traditional published, you have a team, right? That looks into editorial thing, that looks into marketing, distribution, and whatnot. In self-published, you are the king or the queen of everything. One person doing it everything, right? The difference is you have a team here you are doing it on your own. Okay. However, I have never judged anyone, on their success. They are self-published or they are traditionally published. Like I said, and I would love to repeat it, I have an upcoming course that I'm taking up where I'm going to be teaching on, how do you write your book and get traditionally published, because a lot of people have demanded this to me. So I'm taking up a course for people, who've been asking me over many years now. So yes, my only say is 30% is only part of your writing. Because if you say I have written a book, that's only 30% that you have done. What about the rest 70%? The rest 70% is absolutely purely your marketing, promotion, networking, and how you pitch yourself to the world. So that's important.
Thank you so much. And my last question is, who is your publisher of this book, The Diary of Smile Now?
Shrishti Publishers.
Shrishti Publishers.
They are based out in Delhi. Yeah.
Okay, so you choose them or they chose you?
So ideally, when you send out your manuscripts to different publishers, it depends which publishers come back to us first. Okay. They were the one who came back to me first. And my experience working with Shrishti has been amazing. Okay. They've got amazing bunch of team that works closely with an authors, and you are never made to feel that you are a first-time author, like when you start your journey. They always make you feel that you are also an author, and the same dignity and respect would be given to you as much as it's given to the rest of the authors.
Okay, so lucky. Okay, thank you so much, Disha ma'am. We had a great interview with you, and I hope that your book, which will going to, live on, I don't know in which month, but my blessings to you.